Well, there are many obstacles to photographing a war. A lot of them are physical. There's danger, there's transportation that has to be organized in places with very little transportation. There's all kinds of hardships. But there are also emotional obstacles, and all of these obstacles have to be overcome in order for me to do my job.
After the battle was over, it took a while to bury the dead. And cameramen from Washington, D.C. arrived, specifically Alexander Gardner and his crew. A guy named James Gibson was his assistant. And within 2 days after the battle, they started recording a series of images.
Gardner was very honest. He wasn't doing anything with this other than recording it in the most straightforward manner. No one knows what's going to happen. We're right on the edge of time itself, and we're taking a journey into the unknown. We don't know what will happen from one moment to the next. Being on the thin edge between life and death constantly throughout long periods of time, seeing people next to you go down, seeing friends go down, is something that only happens in combat, and I want to document that. I think it's important for people to see that. When you're looking at a photograph, you're just one step removed from reality. You're virtually there, looking through the eyes of the photographer.
This area just on the other side of this fence has become forever known as the cornfield. The cornfield is the bloodiest spot in the bloodiest war in American history.
Well, there are very few wars now where you have huge numbers of troops facing each other across open fields. That's not how most wars are fought now. They're fought either right in cities, or they're fought in villages, they're fought in small engagements, ambushes. Conventional wars such as the Civil War are really a thing of the past. How do you say which war was more brutal? The Civil War, World War I, the Crusades, medieval conflicts, they're all brutal in their own way. And this is the common denominator, is death.
During the battle, 2 divisions of the 2nd Army Corps attacked this sunken lane. They crossed Antietam Creek, which is out there about a mile away where the trees are, in the early hours of September 17th. After the battle was over, and Alexander Gardner and his crew arrived on the field to record images, burial operations were still active in this area, and they recorded a few images here of the Confederate dead piled up.
And this is one of the first war photographs. How could it be considered anything other than an anti-war photograph? It's important to memorialize what happened here and to memorialize the sacrifice that was made here. I think the function of the photographs keeps the battle from being glorified. I think it's proper to glorify the cause, but not to glorify war itself. I've witnessed violence and destruction and treachery and betrayal and greed and inhumanity and cruelty, but I've also witnessed and learned the value of tolerance and respect and kindness and courage and forgiveness.